Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. Today is my favorite day of the week. It is Open Fire Friday. Now normally I film the entire episode outside, but we have some serious prep to do today and I didn't want to drag all this crap out there. So I'm going to start in the kitchen, then we'll head outside and a beautiful sunny day, 79 degrees, where we should be. All right, so let's get going. St. Louis style pizza is known for its super thin crust and its pieces cut in squares and Provel cheese, which I happen to have some here. What the hell is Provel cheese, you may ask yourself?
Correct, sir.
Well, it is a special cheese that comes from St. Louis that is a mixture of cheddar, Swiss, provolone with a little bit of liquid smoke in there. The stuff is super melty and it's just great on pizza. So, to make our St. Louis style pizza stuffed flank steak, we have flank steak. Now, very thin cut of meat. I've got to make this even more difficult on myself, and I got to butterfly this. So we have more of a surface to put all the toppings on. So, what you're going to do is get yourself a side, get yourself a very sharp knife. I got my Dow Strong 10.25 inch Japanese chef's knife. There's a link down below if you want one of these. And you do.
Damn right.
And I'm going to cut along here and butterfly this thing. Now, it ain't going to be perfect. It may not be purty, but the end result will be, and that's what's important. So, let's get that done. You need patience for this. Don't get frustrated or you'll start losing digits. You don't want that.
No.
The first cut is the hardest. After that, it's not too bad. You're going to get that first cut there and then start rolling your steak back as you make the next cut and the next cut and the next cut. Whenever you get too greedy, that's when you screw up. So don't get greedy. Just go slow and easy. And then if you're patient, you'll be rewarded with a glorious meat sheet. All right. Now I'm going to do that to the other one, and then we'll start getting our pizza toppings on there. Actually, you know what? I'll just dress this one up, and then I'll do the other one off camera. So we've got our meat sheet. Next thing we need for a pizza is sauce. I was introduced to Bonta pizza sauce back when we were making our Dion's double sausage, double hatch green chili copycat pizza. On their website, they said this is the type of sauce they use. I was surprised by how thick it was.
That's what she said.
But that makes it useful for a lot of different applications, this being one of them. We don't want a thin runny sauce that's going to cause a big mess here. This stuff's going to pretty much stay together. It's almost like a tomato paste. So we'll spread a layer of this down on our meat sheet. Yeah, I understand. The can, it kicked my can opener's ass, so that's as much as I could get open. I'll deal with it later. All right, now that our sauce is down, on goes our Provel cheese. And I'm going to be generous with this. Okay, notice I'm staying away from the edges, if you can see, just a little bit. From here, it's all your preference. In a perfect world, I would love to put pepperoni on next. And I swear I had some, but I can't find it. But I did go out and buy this. Let me try. Finocchiona sausage. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. Or Finocchiona salami. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. But I was watching a video about paninis being made in New York City, and they used this in a deli. They talked about this particular salami is heavily seasoned with fennel, which is the major spice that goes in Italian sausage, which I love. So I love Italian sausage, I love salami. This has got to be incredible. So even if I did have pepperoni, this was going on also. All right, let's give it the test. Oh, hells yeah. That was a damn good choice. Now, you do you, but the director specifically requested that I put mushrooms on this, so on they go. And then I don't want to be irresponsible. You should eat your greens. So next goes on some basil. Now, a lot of times when you do stuffed flank steak, you're going to use spinach. But I'm doing pizza, so I'm going to use basil. All right, so here's one of those rare times where I regret that I'm filming this alone, because it would be great to have an extra pair of hands here. Now, the house is quiet, makes it easy for filming, except when the neighbors use their leaf blower or dogs bark or whatever, and it's not their fault. They want to keep their house clean, but Murphy, it happens right when I'm filming. So yeah, now's the time for the rolling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get about 6 pieces of twine ready ahead of time. These are going to be way too long, but that's fine. You can cut off the excess. I would rather have these ready right now. All right, I think we're ready. Now we're going to carefully roll this up into a meat tube. That really went way better than I thought it was going to. Chaos is sure to ensue. Okay, now I'm going to tie it off in the middle. Up and under twice. Pull that tight, and a square knot. Okay. We're going to add at least 4 more strings here. You want to do your best to get these as parallel as you can, because we're going to cut in between them to get our individual steaks. We're just going to have a weird one on the end. That's okay. All right, so next step, I'm going to cut in between these, get the individual steaks, and so we're ready for them to go on the grill. So we'll see you outside once I get this second flank steak stuffed up. We'll see you then. All right, I got the grill good and hot. I've already made some provoletta with that incredible salami. We're gonna give that a try. I really didn't focus on it because I've made provoletta for like 4 or 5 different episodes. This time I just put that salami we were talking about before in the middle. I'm grilling up some British bangers for a little bit of appetizer, but it's time to get the steaks on. Now, as I was looking at these and tying these up and struggling, I got to thinking, I'm going to do these 2 different ways. One of them I'm going to do is the entire roast, and probably this one because it's got a split up to here. Then the other one I'll cut into steaks, and we'll see what's the better way to do this. Now, the danger with doing the entire roast is you got to make sure you've got meat wrapped all the way in there, so you want to get the meat in the middle at least to rare at the very least, without getting the outside overly well done. But then your steaks, you got to make sure that your grill is good and hot. So as soon as you put those steaks on there, you're going to caramelize that cheese so it doesn't just run out. I'll tell you what, from standing right here, I have no worry about the heat on my grill. So it's just about where I put it. Right here where it is, I can hold my hand for about 6 seconds until it hurts. So that's right where I want to be. I may go down 1 more notch just to make sure that cheese gets caramelized. But let's get these on. But first, we got to get seasoning on the outside of it. So I have some extra virgin olive oil here. I'm going to spray that on these for a binder. And then I'm going to hit them with some Cattleman's Grill Italiano. You know, Cattleman's Grill also makes a Tuscan seasoning, so that would work too, coming from Tuscania.
Come again.
I think. So yeah. So first of all, we'll get the full roast on. I'm going to have to be mindful of this and turn it every couple minutes. Get that sizzle as soon as it's on there. This one we'll cut into steaks. And we'll figure out which method is useful and which one is freaking foolish. Not that we do foolish here on the Galley of the Sun. So in between the strings, I'm going to give them a cut. This is going to be a weird cut. That's okay. I've got some weird people here I can feed with that. This one's just too freaking weird to cut into another steak, so I'll cook that separately. But here's how our raw steak looks before we put it on there. So I'm going to take this down just a couple notches, like I said, make sure that cheese gets caramelized. and get those on. All right, so between now and judgment, you're going to see some gratuitous steak cooking shots. I'm also going to, my hands are filthy. I'm going to wipe off my hands first, because I like to talk with my hands, but I don't want to shoot pizza sauce and Provel cheese all over the place. Not even people from St. Louis do that. Okay, so I've oiled up some sweet peppers. I've oiled up and seasoned with the Italian seasoning, some red onions. I'm going to chop those up, mix them together, so we got another vegetable besides the basil, because I was told just the basil leaves weren't enough. Got to have more vegetables. And we'll see you inside when it's time for judgment. See you then. All right, steak is off the grill. The director has definitely made it pretty for the thumbnail. Now she's going to tell us how we did. Speaking of pretty. So you have been to St. Louis before?
Yes.
And you've had St. Louis pizza?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect judge. I haven't talked about how you demanded I put mushrooms on it. All right, looks like she's got it.
Very good. Okay.
All right, does it scream pizza to you?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay, fantastic. Hey, there you go. You want to make your director happy? They probably do. They probably do. Then make her this. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today. Check out our Patreon page. Check out our Amazon storefront. I even review that thing. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. Until we see you next time, fair winds and foul winds.